Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I hope you all are absolutely fine. First of all, if you are new to this channel or if you haven't subscribed the channel till now, make sure to subscribe. It will be helpful for you and it will motivate me as well to make more such wonderful and efficient videos for you. Also give your feedback as well in the comment section that what sort of improvements can I make in the videos and what's your feedback regarding the videos that I'm making. Okay, and make sure to be a part of my Telegram channel as well. The link for the Telegram channel is given in the description itself. So here on our Telegram channel, we have lots of curious students like you who are there to clarify their doubts, to sort out their queries. So make sure to be a part. The link is given in the description itself. Well, in this video, we are going to understand the basics of sorting, that what is basically sorting, why do we need sorting, and why do we have so many algorithms that you must have studied or you must be aware of to achieve one particular task, that is sorting itself, right? So let's come to that part now. What is sorting? Sorting means to arrange our data in a particular manner, in a particular order. For example, if you are having numerical data, then you must be arranging this in whether ascending order or descending order according to your requirements, or depending on the data, if it is some string based data, then you must be arranging this in lexicographical order, in alphabetical order. So it's up to the data that you are using. Okay, so you must have understood that what is sorting. Now what, why it is needed? Okay, so just consider a scenario. If you want to search for a particular thing, if you want to search for a particular item in your data set, if it is so just think about it. If your data is properly arranged, then it will be easy for you to search for the data. And if it is randomly arranged, then obviously if it is properly arranged, just connect the things with your room. So you know that when we have so many things scattered in our room here and there in random fashion, then obviously if you will be looking for a particular thing, you will find it difficult to look for it, to search it. Whereas, on the other hand, if you are organizing all the things in a proper manner in your room, then definitely you will be able to find the thing that you are looking for. So, obviously, if you are looking for a data, if you're searching for a data, then it will be easy to look the data, to search the data if your data elements are in sorted order. So, that's why we need sorting, so that to achieve a particular task, to search for something that can be easy for us, right? Now, how to achieve sorting? So for sorting, there are different algorithms like you must have heard about, or let me tell you, like as we have insertion sort, selection sort, bubble sort, quick sort, heap sort, merge sort. So there are different algorithms. Now it comes to our mind that why for achieving a particular task, that is sorting, we are taking these many algorithms. Why not just one algorithm can work for us? So basically, use for a particular algorithm depends on the scenario, depends that what are the conditions you are applying for sorting your data. Suppose if you want to sort your data without using any extra space, right? Then you have to prefer what? In place algorithm. What is in place algorithm? Where in place algorithm means that you are making the changes, that you are sorting the data items in your existing data structure only. You are not taking any other data structure for sorting purpose. So this is in place sorting. Okay. So if you don't want to take any extra space, then you will be looking for a sorting algorithm that is in place in nature. Now, if you want some sort of stability, now what do you mean by stability? Stability means that equal values should retain their order in which they have occurred before and after sorting. Then obviously you will be looking for a stable sorting algorithm, right? And also, what is the input size? If input size is larger, obviously you will be preferring a sorting algorithm that is efficient in nature, because time matters to you. If the data is large and you are using an algorithm that is not very much efficient in time, then obviously it is going to consume more time. It depends on the data as well. It depends on the input as well that you are providing. So if the input is less, you can use any particular algorithm. But if in the case the input is very large, then you have to look for an efficient algorithm. Okay, so you cannot say that okay, bubble sort is not good, heap sort is good, or bubble sort is good, insertion is not good, selection is not good. So we cannot make such sort of predictions. That's why we have to study all these algorithms, because On the basis of scenario, on the basis of our needs, our requirement, we can use any of them. Well, talking about like as insertion sort, selection sort, bubble sort, so they are considered as the simplest sorting algorithm, right? But sometimes in the cases they don't work fine. Then we have other sorting algorithm as well, like a skip sort, merge sort, and count sort, Reddick sort. So many sorting algorithms are there. Now, according to our needs, we use them. Okay. So this was the whole thing regarding that what is sorting, why do we need sorting, and why do we have these many sorting algorithms? Okay. So I hope now you must have got a proper understanding about all these questions that is running in your mind. Well, from the next video, we'll be discussing about these sorting algorithms. So make sure to subscribe this channel to stay tuned for the upcoming video. Thank you for watching this video. Bye bye. If you have liked this video, make sure to hit a like button and don't forget to subscribe the channel.